The question is, will AI replace neurosurgeons? My answer is a resounding never. Never, ever will a digital surgeon replace a human neurosurgeon. This video presents a voiceover narration of the slides used by Professor M.S. Gopalakrishnan to support his argument. It's often said that given infinite time, anything is possible. This means definitions matter. We must consider the time frame and who exactly is a neurosurgeon. The relevant time frame for a new resident's career is about 40 years. Next, we need to clearly define what constitutes a neurosurgeon in this context. A neurosurgeon is a physician who assumes responsibility for structurally modifying the nervous system, as shown by the history of neurosurgery, from ancient trepanning to modern gamma knife procedures. One might argue that neurosurgery is just a game that machines can solve. Inventing a powerful enough computer, theoretically, could brute force a solution. Let's consider 3 deterministic games and 1 stochastic one: tic-tac-toe, checkers, chess, and poker. Tic-tac-toe is easily solvable, and checkers, with 10 to the power of 14 positions, is also solved. Chess, however, with 10 to the power of 47 positions, cannot be solved by brute force. Neurosurgery is infinitely more complicated than these games. The number of possible chess games far exceeds the number of atoms in the universe. You simply could not brute force a solution. Complex systems fall into 3 levels: deterministic and small, like tic-tac-toe, which is solvable; deterministic and combinatorially explosive, like chess, which is theoretically solvable but practically impossible. Finally, stochastic and combinatorially explosive, like poker and medicine, which require probabilistic modeling. But don't machines play better than world champions like Garry Kasparov? Kasparov's match against Deep Blue is often cited. As complexity increases, humans continue to dominate. Neurosurgery is messy, complex, and unpredictable. It is an infinitely complex game compared to chess, meaning machine intelligence cannot simply take over. We are indeed in the age of the robots, with incredible advancements in robotics. If robots can assemble sub-micrometer computer chips, shouldn't millimeter-scale microneurosurgery be child's play? Some might argue that a toddler bot should be enough. However, chips are made using 2-dimensional processes, like etching in a controlled, predictable environment. Neurosurgery is 4-dimensional, with bleeding, pulsations, and ever-changing, messy anatomy. Human hands possess unparalleled dexterity and skill, while advanced robots like Atlas exist. Controlling delicate procedures, such as clipping a fragile aneurysm neck, is still decades away for robotic actuators. Human tactile resolution is extraordinary, with about 17,000 mechanoreceptors in fingertips. This haptic ability is orders of magnitude higher than current robots, which cannot match human judgment and adaptation. But is there a counter-argument? The counter-argument is that modern reinforcement learning systems can adapt to deformable environments, soft robotics exists, and robots can learn from simulation. Why can't they learn microneurosurgery? Reinforcement learning succeeds when the reward function is clearly defined, the state space is observable, exploration is permitted, large training data exists, and failures are acceptable. In neurosurgery, defining a simple scalar reward, observing the state space, permitting exploration, and having large training data are all challenges. For instance, is the reward 5-year survival or quality of life? The state space is hidden and rapidly changing due to edema, brain shift, or bleeding. Exploration is limited, and millions of surgeries and errors for training are not available. Despite 26 years since the introduction of the Da Vinci system, a master-slave robot, we still lack an autonomous robot capable of inserting a simple intravenous cannula. Ultimately, a human will always remain in control of the procedure. Even in the most advanced fighter jets, there is still a human in the loop. Precision can be automated, but judgment cannot be outsourced. The core issue is human responsibility. The role may evolve, and tools will change, but the need for human responsibility in structural nervous system intervention is unlikely to vanish. One might ask, haven't professions disappeared throughout history due to technological change? Consider the coachmen, switchboard operators, and elevator operators. What do these professions have in common? These professions disappeared because they operated in structured, predictable environments with transferable responsibility, or because the underlying technology, the horse, changed. Neurosurgery remains complex and dynamic. Neurosurgery, performed by humans, is here to stay due to its irreducible computational complexity, the necessity for human dexterity and tactile supremacy, and, most importantly, because of the need to take responsibility. So what is the future? The future is not replacement, but constant augmentation with digital and robotic technologies. Imagine a neurosurgeon of the future operating machines with just their thoughts. The human neurosurgeon, with their pen, paper, and cup of tea, will always be an essential part of this evolving field. By the way, the duration of a residency in the future might be measured differently than in years, reflecting new models of training and competency. Replacing neurosurgeons is not just a matter of robotic dexterity. It would require systems that can reason under uncertainty, integrate evolving biological information, navigate rare catastrophic events, obtain meaningful consent, and assume responsibility for irreversible outcomes. This is far beyond current narrow AI systems. Technology will not replace the neurosurgeon, but will augment us. Thank you for watching this video.